Hi, guys. Welcome to Ball and Breakfast Podcast. My name is Gio, and get ready for a hot, fiery take because I'm riled up. I'm ready. I hate when people ruin all their own good work. Guys, I'm a part of the Liverpool club, fan club of Jamaica, I believe. I mean, it's probably the best Liverpool fan group that I've been a part of. And we got into a debate the other day about Jordan Henderson. He came back ripped, ready for the season. I said he looked like he's in shape. Said that he looks like he's ready for the season. And I was all on the whole keep Capo bandwagon. I also, sorry, first I have to make an apology. I am a little bit under the weather. So if you see me wipe my nose, it's normal, guys. I keep it real with you here. My sinuses are killing me. Hopefully, it does not take away from the information I'm dissecting to you. But yes, carrying on. Jordan Henderson, through his time at Liverpool, has been somewhat of a polarizing debate. What is he in Liverpool folklore history? Now, without a doubt to me, Jordan Henderson is a Liverpool legend. Or is he? Jordan Henderson in recent times has come out after his move to the Saudi club. I want to get the name right, so I pull up the article. Al Ettifaq with Stevie G, another Liverpool legend, and has come out with some very odd, unnecessary, seemingly politically smart comments. Now, we would have all seen the blowback that Jordan Henderson had received on moving to Al Ettifaq because of the staunch support that he has provided for the LGBTQ, the homosexual and transgender society in the world on the world stage, and has been a massive supporter of them. Obviously, polar opposites in the Saudi Arabia realm, as that is not endorsed. That's not their that's not their thing. Religiously, socially, that's just not their thing. So he has moved to Al Ettifaq and it caused a rumble, saying that he's walking away from the LGBTQ, saying that he is a hypocrite because he's going to one of the places in the world that simply despises them, which is true. Now, Jordan Henderson has decided to, in my opinion, scapegoat the club. And shockingly, the manager, who has defended Jordan Henderson vehemently. He has been the biggest Jordan Henderson supporter. Even when staunch Liverpool supporters like myself has wondered what the hell is he still doing on my field. It is not lost on us, on the general public, and to Jordan Henderson himself, that his best years probably stopped about 2 years ago. Yet, the club has been very patient with him. Club captain did not remove club captaincy when he was not a regular starter. Absolutely stood by him. And then he says, the bit of the interview that really irks me. This is Jordan Henderson speaking. At the moment, I felt as though my value or the want for me to stay with the manager and within the club, maybe it had shifted. I knew that time would come at some point. I didn't think it would be now. And I had to accept that. If one of those people said to me, now we want you to stay, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. And I have to then think about what's next for me in my career. Now, that's not to say they forced me out of the club or they were saying they wanted me to leave, but at no point did I feel wanted by the club or anyone to stay. Now, what a loaded statement. For me, that's just absolutely loaded. It's a it's a statement with a bunch of contradictions. Earlier on in the interview, he also stated that he had a meeting with the manager and it was apparent that he was not going to get as many minutes. Now, Jordan Henderson is an aged English midfielder. At his best, his primary attribute, I would say, is his motor, his engine. Covered quite a bit of space. Sometimes positionally got caught out, but his activity, his presence on the football field, as well as his on-field leadership, extension of the manager himself, in terms of keeping everybody riled up and ready to go. As you age, your legs go. That's the first thing. You're not as mobile. You're not as strong. You're not as fast. You're not as quick. The physicality part of the game starts to diminish far quicker than the technique or the mental aspect, right? Can't have any control over that. And hence you can understand why, coming off the season that we came off last season when we were conceding quite a bit of goals because of breakdowns in midfield, Klopp would have this conversation to say, hey, buddy, you know, going to have to take a step back now because, hey, we have some young guns coming through. We have to revitalize this midfield, which thank God we have Dominic Szoboszlai, right? And basically, sorry about that, we are on the rebuild. Now, you cannot, when you're getting public criticism, scapegoat the manager or the club for a personal decision. The club did not force you out. You said it. The club did not force you out. The manager didn't force you out. They're prepared to carry you on the bench, pay your wages. So you said before there's a Euros coming up, I need to play. And we all know Southgate is an idiot. He called up Harry Maguire, not more than probably 10 minutes of game time for Harry. And recently he's also called up Jordan Henderson. He's a favorites manager, silly fellow. But moving on. Yes, so you want to play in the Euros, you need a body of work to display to qualify Gareth Southgate's reason for picking you. You know he's going to pick you already, but we need to qualify that for the general public. Your qualification will be you've played a full season in Saudi Arabia with Al Attifaq, and that's the means in which you have been called up. Now, how does that require you to bring up a thought process? You're saying that they're not forcing you out. However, you're seeding, you are planting the seeds to disparage your club and the manager because you don't want to face the brunt of the backlash. That's just cowardly. I've never thought of Jordan Henderson as a cowardly captain. Thought of him as fierce. Thought of him as the best underdog captain you can think of. Took the mantle from Liverpool's most legendary captain in my time, Steven Gerrard. And I believe that he did damn well with it up until this point. Jordan Henderson, and on the off chance that you may or may not be watching my podcast, I highly doubt it. As of right now, hopefully one day down the line you will. Man up. Don't try to scapegoat the club that has supported you for so long. The manager that has backed you through some horrid performances, especially in the last year, that was ready to keep you on squad. You would have gotten game time. No doubt about it. Probably at the 6. There is no reason to scapegoat our beautiful club. And I'm disappointed at the fact that you would try and do that. You went to Saudi Arabia because the euros were on your mind. You went to Saudi Arabia because there's a nice piece of money over there for you. There's a lot of money on the table that you could not turn down. It's life changing money, and that's okay. The fact that you supported the LGBTQ community, first of all, I'd like to say they should not feel the need to have a say in your personal moves that are going to enhance you and your families and your generations to come predicated on the type of money that's been reported. But under no circumstance, don't be a weasel. Spend so much time being such a good captain. Don't in the latter stages ruin your legacy by being a weasel and running and throwing the club underneath the bus for your decisions, for your needs, for your fiscal needs. Absolutely unacceptable. Guys, that's my segment on the Jordan Henderson debacle and this episode on the Ball and Breakfast podcast. See you later. Goal!